Creator. Thank you for the gifts that can only be bestowed by such as you. Unalienable rights mean freedom to conduct our lives as we need and as we see appropriate. The Ten Commandments provide a guideline for anyone who isn't dwelling in their heart, falls off the path, causes harm, or isn't loving one another as oneself. Consciousness is being tuned in. Quietly, quieting the mind in meditation helps to develop it. Increasing consciousness, magnanimous appreciation for others, not as in equity, but in genuine apolitical caring, is what is hoped for here. People make choices, some good and beneficial, some unproductive, and some downright harmful, either to oneself or to others or both. By appealing to our higher self, by enlisting divine counsel and hearing the guidance requested, we honor our inherent God-given gifts. May we be quiet enough to hear that guidance from within. For while we may feel alone at times, we are one in consciousness and are never, ever truly alone. Let it be so, and so it is.
Hello, my name's Ron Vroman. I'm the old white man talking head for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. I have a few words to say. I wrote them down so I'd get them right. I voted for Barry Goldwater in 1964. Not many people around that voted in 1964. He said, I remind you that extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice. And let me remind you also that moderation in the pursuit of justice is no virtue. Liberty is not the correct word. Freedom is the correct word. Justice is not the correct word. Remedy is the correct word. I agree when it comes to our unalienable rights. What could possibly be extreme? A lot, really. The correction must equal the cause. The totalitarian state with a capital S or state with a small s we are in does not warrant evil to combat evil. Jerry Garcia got it right. The lesser of two evils is still evil. A preponderance of evidence indicates that the state of Oregon is a subdivision of the United States of Washington District of Columbia, Inc., with forts, ports, armories, and needful buildings. It is operated by an industrial, military, executive, legislative, judicial, administrative, banker, Federal Reserve, bar, Nazi, Jesuit, Khazarian, Muslim, communist, UN, big pharma, medical, de facto, color of law, RICO society that should not be. My oldest daughter, Vani, died from blood clots in the leg that surgery ruined, and then a heart attack took her out after the vax. Vani told me, Trump did a lot of good. I forgive him for the things he did wrong. That's a choice. That is not what this is about. Pragmatic persons are willing to compromise their integrity and my freedom, peace, safety, and happiness, unalienable rights, and due process, codified in our founding documents for their best interests. And a bunch of you people forgive them. In a constitutional Republican form of government, one does not lie, cheat, steal, defraud, kill, incarcerate, make war, et alia. None of that is to be forgiven. Those acts are to be tried in an Article 3, Amendment 7 civilian court of record. There is no prosecutorial discretion. In a constitutional Republican form of government, one does not get to do that. There is a solution. It is found at www.orsja.org. People learn in many ways. What took us 4.5 years can be lawfully duplicated in 30 days on paper. That's where it must start. You've got to get the paperwork right. People say, what are you going to do to enforce it? And I say to them, if you got the fucking paperwork done, excuse me, that's spelled Phuquing. Who knows what convoluted or direct path it may take to lawfully return each state, commonwealth, or territory to original jurisdiction as required by the only de jure government where the people are sovereign. Look it up, Bouvier Dictionary, 1856. I'm tearing up. Shit. It's for all of us, and the only one in the known history of the world. The United States of America's apostrophe S Constitution circa 1859. Confederation and Perpetual Unions apostrophe S Articles. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America with a small u. The only time it was used that way. I was going to yield here, but I want to add a couple of things. Yesterday, I got into a comment exchange on Substack on this same stuff. And people write stuff very emotional, and they feel strongly, and they can't defend it. You query them. What can you support that with? What evidence do you have to support that statement that you just made? And they don't have evidence. They only have emotion. And then they go silent. But they don't stand up and say, I was wrong. We do that at the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. We've made several mistakes, and we correct them, and we go on. State national is not who you want to be. American citizen is not who you want to be. You can be, but that's not who you want to be. You want to be a sovereign man or woman with our progeny on the land and soil, without ruler and without subject. That's who you want to be. After you get to that place in your mind, in your mindset, that you can actually comprehend that, when you get there, then you can expatriate too. Vote, run for office, be elected, join the Army, or as I did, the Navy. You can do all of those things, but they are diversions from, not where you want to be. You can be there, but you can expatriate from there back to your default status of a de jure man or woman on the land without ruler, and without subject. And I yield.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. Then he jumps out of the car, and he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, just shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, they shot him 3 more times.